Hello everyone and welcome to another Pyro Gaming video. So here's the deal. I normally don't make opinion-based videos. You know, like whenever there's a new quest or a new activity or, you know, the state of the season kind of thing. I don't do those videos. Not that I'm against them. I mean, if that's something that you're known for doing, by all means, do what you do. It's just not something that I do personally. But check it out, man. I got nothing else going on today, and there's this new quest that we got yesterday called The Lie. I'm sure you've heard of it, and it's got some really silly requirements. So I've got some opinions on it, man, and I'll be honest, like I said, I got nothing else going on today. In addition to that, I have a few ideas for other videos, but I'm just too lazy to make them right now. So this is easy. I can just talk. So we're doing this. Let's talk about The Lie. So first and foremost, let's get the disclaimer out of the way. There are going to be some spoilers here. We will be talking about what you get at the end of this quest, as well as a few other things that might be kind of spoily leading into later this season and next season. So proceed at your own risk. Alright, so the end game for this quest is a shotgun from Destiny 1's Iron Banner known as Fellwinter's Lie. Fellwinter's Lie was kind of like the Mindbenders of Destiny 1 if it had like twice the range as Mindbenders. I'm not even kidding. Fellwinter's Lie was, and I hate using this word for weapons, but it's the only way to describe it. Fellwinter's Lie, in its prime, during House of Wolves in Destiny 1 with Shot Package, was completely busted. You could get kills with that thing at like, I'm not even kidding guys, like sidearm range. It was insane how much range this thing had. Okay, so Bungie nerfed Shot Package, and then I think they ended up just completely taking it out of Destiny 1. I don't remember seeing Shot Package on any shotguns after House of Wolves. Once we got into the Taken King, I'm pretty sure it was gone. But this new Fellwinters that is already in the database via the API comes with Shot Package. Now, this has to be a watered down version of Shot Package. There's no way that it's anything like it was back in Destiny 1. I can't imagine that. But this thing comes with some absurd perk combinations. First of all, it comes with full choke and accurized rounds. And then you have the option to just mix and match what you want. In your first column, you can do either slide shot or quick draw, both of which are like top tier shotgun perks. And then for the final column, you get to choose between opening shot and vorpal weapon, which, I mean, again, those are both top tier perks for PvP. When you look at all that and you look at the range and impact of this thing as its base stats, I mean, it's gonna be absolutely godly, guys. So that being said, is this shotgun going to be worth a crazy absurd quest to obtain it? Yes and no. Let me explain. Unless Bungie is planning a yet unannounced huge nerf to shotguns for PvP next season, Fellwinter's Lie is going to dominate the Crucible. It's going to be everywhere. If you think Mindbenders is bad, just you wait, my friend, because the season of Fellwinters is damn near upon us. If the community gets this thing, it's literally going to be all over the place. It's all you're going to see in trials. I mean, it's a really bold move to put something that powerful in the game when there's already people complaining about less powerful shotguns. So, I don't know. I'm kinda leaning towards a shotgun nerf coming next season that they haven't announced yet. Hopefully we get some answers tomorrow in the TWAB, but maybe that's what they're going to talk about, because this thing just looks like it's going to be a sniper. Now, when I said yes and no, that's obviously the yes. It's worth grinding it out because it's going to be a top tier weapon. It's going to be god tier, especially if it's a legendary, which is, again, just absurd. But it's also going to be a no because several reasons. So first of all, if you don't know what the opening stage of this quest is, you have to go to the EDZ and complete 3 million, as a community, 3 million Seraph Tower public events. Then you have to go to the moon and complete another 3 million, and then you have to go to Io and complete another 3 million. That is 9 million Seraph Tower public events that you need to complete for the first step of this quest. Now look, there's more quest steps after that you're going to have to do as an individual, not as a community. I'm not interested in those. I don't care about those right now. I want to talk about this 9 million Seraph Tower public event completions. Successful completions, too, by the way. You don't get paid for the attempt. It's not like Evel Knievel. You don't have to, you have to land the trick if you want to get your paycheck. Now look, at the time of recording this video, today is 27 days until the end of the season. This season ends on June 9th, and next season starts on June 10th. So 27 days to do 9 million successful Seraph Tower public events, which, honestly, if everybody just buckled down and grinded them out, 100% doable. I'm not going to say that it isn't, because this community has done some crazy shit, and every time we say, oh man, we're never going to be able to do that, we do it, hands down. But if I'm being totally honest, I don't see us completing this community challenge successfully. I really don't, because the burnout this season is real, okay? We literally just finished the Guardian games, which was 3 weeks of repetitive bounty farming, and coming straight out of that into more repetitive gaming is just not something people are feeling at the moment, and rightfully so, man. Like, I'm all for the community events, you know? I think that these ARGs are really cool when they do stuff out in the real world and they hide things. They did it with Warmind, you know, there's puzzles to solve, all this stuff. It's fun. They did it in Destiny 1 a lot, too. It's fun. You know, when people were trying to figure out how to get Outbreak perfected, or, I'm sorry, Outbreak Prime in Destiny 1, like, that's fun. That's a fun community challenge. When people were trying to decipher all those codes. When, even more recently, when we were in Season of the Dawn, you know, you had the Corridors of Time thing. I wasn't participating because I didn't understand it. Still don't, but other people were, and I was excited for them to figure it out for me. You know, Niobe Labs, another example of a community challenge. First one to finish it unlocks the Final Forge. Bungie ended up caving on that one and released it early with, you know, before it was actually complete. The point that I'm getting at is that they've done a lot of these community challenges recently. So, I mean, there is a little bit of fatigue there, you know? Like, you're literally just sitting around waiting for 3 weeks for something to finish, you know? It's just like the Fractalin, you know, donation things. You know, there's nothing you could do. Like, you can't just go complete it. If you want to complete it, you just gotta wait for the collective to finish it. And, I mean, sometimes it's fine. You know, if you do it like once a year and there's like a cryptic puzzle that you need to decipher and, you know, go find some stuff hidden in game, that's fun. I'm all for that. But guys, 9 million public events, not even just any public event. It's got to be the public event that is annoying and, you know, like way too challenging for it to be a public event, you know, that you have to go to. Like, why? I think that that's what most people are asking. Like, why would you do this after the most recent feedback on Guardian games, after, you know, the feedback on time-gated quests, after the feedback on these community challenges, which, you know, for the most part, the community's not really in favor of these types of activities. So why would Bungie do it, especially when there's been so much negativity around Season of the Worthy already? Negativity around trials, negativity around lack of content, and so forth. Why would Bungie do this? Well, one thing, I'm not a game dev, but one thing that I can tell you for certain is that this event, you know, this 9 million public event thing, this quest was not made in the last couple of weeks. This is something that they have had in the pipeline for a while now, because, you know, games take a while to make. That we know. That we can say for sure. This has probably been in the pipeline since well into last season, Season of the Dawn. And this is why when Bungie says things like, we're listening, you know, we're planning changes, we're looking into it, we're taking this feedback and processing it, that's the reason that, you know, it's such a long turnaround. I'm not trying to make excuses for anybody here. You know, the game is what it is, and, you know, Bungie does what they do, but I'm just trying to look at it from a reasonable perspective. So taking that into consideration, it's not entirely crazy to think that this quest was drummed up, you know, 3-4 months ago, and it's been ready to go, even though, you know, we've given feedback suggesting maybe we're not into this sort of thing. You know, maybe it's already done. It's already in the game. And yeah, you also have to keep in mind that the city of Seattle, which is where Bungie is located, is shut down for the most part. Like, Bungie Studios has been under quarantine since, like, I don't know, February, which was back when we were still doing Fractalin stuff, you know? So they're working from home. Granted, they have a lot of, work from home tools that Bungie supplied them, but it's not going to be something anywhere near what it would be like sitting at your actual desk in your office. You're going to be limited with your resources that you have working from home. So again, I'm not trying to make excuses, but this is something that we need to take into consideration when asking, why did you do this after we just gave you feedback saying that we don't like it? They probably physically couldn't do anything about it with the tools that they have available right now working from home. Then you also have to take into consideration that Bungie needs to work on next season. Next season seems like it's going to be, in their eyes, their redeeming season. They're hyping it up like crazy, and I really hope it delivers. But beyond that, we have year 4 that we're about to come into, man. Like, it's about to get pretty hectic. There's about to be a lot of stuff changing in the game that they need to focus on. So maybe that's why they're not so focused on changing this quest, and who knows? The TWAB might come out tomorrow. They'll be like, hey man, 9 million's too much. We're gonna cut it in half. 4.5 million, 1.5 per destination. Go get yourself a Fell Winners. That might happen tomorrow. That might happen next week. You don't know. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But look, we also need to take into consideration one very important detail that I think a lot of people are missing, and that is maybe we aren't supposed to be successful with this public event thing. So hear me out here, okay? If you read the flavor text for the Lie quest, it says basically like you need to do 9 million Seraph Tower public events so that Rasputin can calibrate his machinery and shit like that. Like, you're basically helping him perfect his, Warsat launching machine or something like that. That's the lore behind this quest. That's what we're supposed to be doing. That's the reason behind why we're doing it. Now, if we were to fail this quest, if we were to fail calibrating Rasputin's thing, then it should go without saying that it's entirely possible that Rasputin will not be able to defend Earth or the rest of our solar system from the Almighty crashing into it and these pyramid ships that are just week by week getting closer and closer to us. So Rasputin is the defense of Earth and civilization and all that stuff, so if he can't do what he needs to do, maybe shit's about to go down, man. Now, we're going to kind of get into spoilery territory here, but there's been a lot of leaks and a lot of suggestions that say that in order to save space in the game, Bungie is planning on blowing up some destinations. Now, some of the destinations that are rumored to be going away are destinations like Io, destinations like Titan, possibly Nessus, stuff like that. We don't know. It's all rumors at this point. But if we had a successful defense system set up around our solar system in Rasputin that could have 9 million, satellites and warsats up in space waiting for somebody to fuck with it and just instantly blow up the threat as soon as it happens, then how do you make that storyline play out? So going back to what I was saying, maybe Bungie doesn't want us to successfully complete this event, because if we do successfully complete it, then that basically means we have successfully armed Rasputin by calibrating his weapons. But if we fail it, if we fail this challenge, if we fail to get 9 million successful Seraph Tower public events, then Rasputin's weapon won't be ready for this imminent invasion that's coming, and we can lose a lot more. So, I don't know. I'm speculating over here. I'm just trying to figure out why this quest would exist, and that's the best concept that I can come up with personally, is that we're meant to fail. Bungie does not want us to succeed, and that's why they set the expectations so damn high for something that honestly nobody's going to want to do. And like I said towards the beginning of the video, I don't see us successfully completing this, and maybe Bungie knows that. They have access to a lot of statistics that we don't, so they can tell you probably exactly what the completion rate is of these new public events, these Seraph Tower events. If it's something like a 20% on average completion rate, there's no way in hell that we're successfully completing 9 million as a community before the end of the season. So if they wanted us to fail, they know how much to make the requirement be for us to fail. And I kind of think that that's what they're doing here, to be honest with you. So then you might be asking, like, why is Fellwinter's Lie in the API? Why is there an entire quest that can be data mined, start to finish, and you can look at every single step? Why is all of that in the game if we aren't supposed to successfully complete it? I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and find out, man. But, you know, Bungie's put stuff in the API before just to throw us off. Like 1000 Voices has a catalyst right now in the API. It's had a catalyst for almost a year, and we obviously don't have a 1000 Voices catalyst in the game, you know? So I don't know. Bungie does stuff sometimes, and it can't be explained. But this is my theory, man. I think that we're supposed to fail it, and honestly, I want to fail it because I don't think that we've ever actually failed a community challenge in Destiny 1 or 2, and I want to see if there's consequences. I want to see what happens if we don't successfully beat it. I want to see if we log in one day and there's just a message in the game that's like, you weren't good enough, sorry, you suck. You know, like I don't think it'll be that blunt, but something along those lines. I want to fail. I want there to be consequences in this game. That's what I want, and I would encourage you not to do these Seraph Tower public events and just let it fail, dude. Throw the quest. Throw the quest. That's going to bring this video to an end. I think that's all the opinions I have on the subject. Drop a comment in the box below. Let me know what you think about this quest, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Also, let me know if you want more videos like this, because it's kind of fun to just sit here and talk without, you know, having to teach somebody something. So, if you enjoyed this video, click like. If you're new to the channel, click subscribe. If you're already subscribed, I fucking love you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.